I know it's been a while since I've made a video, which I really do apologize for, but today I thought I'd talk a little bit about my experience with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate so far, and some of my initial impressions with it. So I did get the game at launch for full price, which, if you know me, is a rarity, as I often like to wait a couple of weeks when I can usually find the game with a significant price decrease somewhere online. I'm pretty good at finding deals on various things. I also got a sweet silver coin that came with it that makes me glad I pre-ordered instead of waiting a bit for a sale. If you have this coin, by the way, I can confirm that the case is meant to be opened, which is something I was afraid to do at first since the plastic was a bit reluctant to be pulled apart, but after some quick research I found out it can be opened. So if that helps you, then great. Anyway, being the biggest Nintendo game this year, I've put some substantial time into it to get to know the intricacies of its mechanics, which I'm not really familiar with anymore. The only other Smash game I've played was Brawl on the Wii, but I was pretty young at the time and didn't learn much outside of button mashing, which I guess at the moment is the same strategy I use for Ultimate, as I'm awful at the game, but I'm doing my best to wrap my head around the different moves and control layout. I remapped the jump to B, the attack to Y, and the special to A to hopefully feel more natural, but I didn't realize I could do that until after I had already put in a bunch of hours with the default layout. So right now I am in the process of rewiring my muscle memory, which I need to do before I stand a chance at learning any advanced moves or movesets of new characters. And on the subject of characters, so far I've unlocked about half of them, and my favorites include Bowser, Donkey Kong, Pikachu, and the Mii Sword Fighter. Now if any of you are Smash veterans, or at least have more experience with the game than I do, these are probably some of the easiest to play characters, so feel free to judge me. You have my permission to roast my current mains in the comments, as I probably deserve it right now. The Mii Sword Fighter I found early in World of Light, and I've been using him ever since, as his up special is just so powerful. In fact, I think Mii Sword Fighter sort of set my ability to learn new characters back quite a bit, as I find myself just spamming up special with any character I play now. Now, one of the things I love about the characters, and do keep in mind this may be standard for Smash, but I'm just unaware, is the method of unlocking them. I love how I'll just be doing random battles against the CPU, and suddenly a screen will appear saying, "A new foe has appeared, challenger approaching," and then you get put on the spot, pitted against a random enemy you've never seen before. I think this system is so much more entertaining than just having an unlock bar that you fill with XP. When you beat a fighter in battle, especially after many failed attempts, you really feel like you've earned them, and they fight for you now. Another big part of the game is the World of Light adventure mode, and I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on this. I won't spoil anything, but not that I even could, as I'm not that far into it. But overall, I think I'm more on the side of people who enjoy it rather than don't. I can see the tedium that derives from spending hours and hours in similar spirit battles, but to me, at least 6 or 7 hours in, I've enjoyed the variety of spirit hunting and all the intricacies of the mode. To be honest, it's all a little too complicated for me, but I've been able to explore a large portion of the world map without having to deal with systems I don't yet understand, like dojo training or spirit upgrading. I've pretty much just been able to press Y and the game picks my spirits for me, except for a few cases with particularly difficult battles. Keep in mind though that I have been playing it on easy, but even on the lowest difficulty, it's just about the perfect amount of challenge for me. There are some legitimately challenging levels, battles that I've had to try over and over and over again just to have the satisfaction of victory. I'm not really a type of person who ever gets mad at games, but I have to admit, this game gets me more consistently frustrating than any I've played ever. I found the game is able to offer awesome highs more consistently than many I've played, as it's almost just as consistently spirit crushing. See what I did there? So the bottom line with World of Light is it might be tedious, if not for some great challenge that makes adventuring through the beautiful world map quite some fun. Moving on, it goes without saying that Smash Ultimate has a plethora of content, enough for one to need about an hour and a half to go over, which Nintendo conveniently did in the few directs we had before launch. Actually, if you do want to run down a lot of these features in Ultimate, I would highly recommend going back and watching those videos. They cover almost everything the game has to offer. Anyway, I can't and won't go over all the small additions I adore in the game, but I'll mention a few that stand out. One not so small one is just the amount of stages available. Honestly, it's a bit overwhelming just staring at a screen this massive trying to pick a stage, as they all look amazing. Nintendo could have advertised that along with every character, every stage was returning as well, and I'd be none the wiser. It's just more than I could have asked for, and I appreciate them filling out this page with all these stages. I also love the specific game rules you can set or alter, as it adds so much control that I really appreciate. The game just feels super polished, as if they've thought of everything you might ask. We want a mode for each character where you do a bunch of classic battles in a row. You got it. We want the ability to listen to hundreds of video game tracks in one convenient place. No problem. We want to bring spirits into regular battles. We are on it. We want a challenge wall with a bunch of different cool unlockable portraits. Consider it done. We want to play as Waluigi in Smash.
cool!
Alas, the lack of playable Waluigi is a detriment to the game. 5 out of 10. No, I'm kidding. Again, I apologize if some of those features have been in Smash for a while, they're just things that stand out to me. But anyway, that'll wrap up my initial thoughts on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. The game's a ton of fun with a bunch of stuff to do, and I'm eager to try and master its mechanics if I can find the time. Let me know what you think of the game in the comments. I'm specifically interested to see if you feel the same as I do about World of Light, or if you think it's more tedious than fun. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!